Why is it when you're doing something so insignificant that you feel like you're absolutely destroying your house? Yeah, that's my attic. So back here in front of the vanity, we have these two fixtures that are already complete. They're ready to be wired in. I went ahead and got this this wire here connected, hanging out over here. I'm going to attach it to this this outlet here, and it's going to be powered with the light switch over here with the vanity lights, the two sconces. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take the outlet, the spare outlet that I have over here on the floor. That little guy there, and I'm gonna just daisy chain it off of off this box here, and I'm gonna run the outlet over here, put it inside there, and we can have an actual outlet finished space for the tile guy to tile the wall with and all that. So anyway, let's get started. Alright, I got my outlet in the wall here, and I've got it tied into the box here. I just tested it off camera. If I flip that light switch there, the second one, I do have power to this outlet, so we're good to go. Now I can put my mirror on here, have the wires out of sight and all that, be good to go with that. I'm going to tuck these wires back in the wall, and we're going to start doing our drywall repair. So I got to patch all these holes back up so that they look nice and good. And we don't have to get super picky with it because this wall will have tile on it. But I do need to make it solid again. So we're going to patch these holes. So I'm going to use a little trick that I've used over the years many times. I'll get a piece of 2x2, which is actually 1.5 by 1.5, and I'll stick it here behind the wall. This is not attached, so I can pull that out. So what you do is you take this, you stick it behind the wall, and then you get it flush with your drywall, like I'm pulling it in right now. Shoot a screw up high right here into that piece of wood to pull it securely to the back. And then I'll shoot a screw from here down into that horizontal wall stud there to help reinforce the back side of this. And then I'm going to get this other one here, and I'm also going to shoot it in up here at the top, up here. And I'm going to attach it to this one right here through the end before I put it in the wall. This way, I have essentially a border, a frame, that when I take this drywall right here, and I put it back into the wall, it is, you know, good to go. It's got something to attach to. It's solid. It's no issues. And we have the first one done. So we got a nice tight fit here around the box. It's in there. It's just a hair below the normal wall. It's just a hair below the wall, the patch is. When I put my tape on there and then I put a little bit of mud on there and level it all out, it will all be good. No issues. That one looks good. Now I'm going to do the rest the exact same way. So we got the whole wall done now. That was quick, wasn't it? You cut it however you want. This one here, I'll cut out with a razor knife. You see how it's a little jagged going around the edges? This one here, I cut out with the oscillating tool, and it worked out really well. So anyway, got that hole filled, that one filled, this one done, that one done, and that big one done there. So now I'm going to go ahead and tape up all my joints, apply a little bit of mud in there, and start smoothing some things out. Pretty sure my battery died again in my camera. So yeah, got these little spots mudded up here. They are not super smooth, but they are relatively smooth. Again, it does not matter if it's smooth. We are going to be tiling over this wall. So I'm not even going to sand it. I'm going to leave it just like that, leave the texture that it's got, call it a day. Hey, what is this behind me right here? It is a brand new custom vanity top. That's right, I got my vanity guy down here doing the top. Looks kind of like concrete, real cool looking. They're about to throw the sink in right now. It's a stainless black undermount sink, and I got new hardware and all that stuff coming in. So anyway, this is one of the things that I don't do. I can't cut granite or, you know, whatever you call it. I'm pretty sure that's a granite countertop. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to, out of respect for them, I don't want to get them on video. So here we are in progress. And the new vanity top is in. Black stainless sink. Not sure yet what we're going to do with this over here. My wife was saying she wants to raise it up a little bit. The cabinet, raise it up kind of like up on a pedestal. And then, you know, build something out around the base. I'm not sure yet. But we went ahead and had the guys cut this backsplash on the back and the sides. Yeah, they're not actually attached. They're rested in here, but they're not attached. All I gotta do is get some adhesive and put it in. The reason why they're not attached is because we're still messing around with this drywall right here. I'm still messing around with what we're gonna do with this cabinet. But anyway, we're gonna have another cabinet on top of that. It's gonna go up a little bit higher. Not done, just happy to have a countertop in here. So we are back in the bathroom. It is a new day, and we got some work completed. Let's have a look at what we got done today. We decided we was going to go ahead and not use the backsplash. We've got a backsplash here. The one that was there is just hanging out underneath there. We're not going to put it here because you can't open the doors. We were going to raise it up above it and then changed our mind to not do that. So yeah, whatever. Happy wife, happy life. Off camera, I went ahead and cut a new hole for the AC vent. I'm going to be relocating this one. You can see the ceiling fan downstairs in my computer room. But I'm going to relocate the vent that's inside here over to here. I just ordered stuff from Home Depot's website. It'll be here in 2 or 3 days. But the reason why this was not done on camera is because I had a plumber in here. As you can see, we've got a new flange for the toilet sitting there on the floor. Over here, we have our new drain location and our new water feed location for the bathtub already cut into there. Over here, we have the water feed lines for the valves, both of them coming in here. We're going to have the valves mounted on the wall right here. See a little arrow, it's going to be right in here. And we could turn on the water to all the shower stuff. So as you can see over here, also we have lines coming through the floor. They're plumbed, ready to go. All the measurements here are on the wall and ready to go. If you look up, we have our rain shower hole into the attic. I have also gone into the attic with a dustpan. You can see it behind me here in the corner. That little dustpan there, and it's attached to a broom. Carried that bad boy up into the attic, and I essentially just shoveled all of the blown insulation away from the ceiling. Because the next thing I'm going to be doing is taking this right here and cutting all this out so I could put new cement board for the tile. We are going to be tiling the ceiling. So all this in here has to get cut out, and we need cement board installed in there. So 4 can lights are going in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're also going to have LED recessed lighting all the way around the perimeter. So yeah, before we can do that though, I got to put that cement board in there. So can't do that while the plumber's here. Anyway, kind of held up a little bit here. So yeah, the next thing you're going to see is we're going to have more plumbing coming in here. I'll give an update in this episode. You'll see it. I'm going to go ahead and get started on trying to get these outlets squared away. So we see here, we have this little guy here. It's a 4-gang box. So we're going to have this outlet attached on this end right here. And then on the next one, we're going to have a exhaust fan for the bathroom, which is going to be where that light is. It's currently not there. The other exhaust is right there, but we're just gonna plug that one up, pull it out, and get rid of it. I have a new one on the way. So yeah, outlet, exhaust vent. This one's gonna be for the can lights inside the shower, which aren't there yet. And this one is going to be for the LED lighting in the shower. Again, LED lighting around the perimeter in the ceiling, and also we're gonna put it in the niche in the top here, shining inside there. So, yeah, that's gonna have its own circuit. We're gonna have it on a dimmer. I already have the dimmer. Pretty much ready to go ahead and start putting some wiring where it belongs. But yeah, that's gonna go there. This one here is a 5-gang box, and we're going to take these 4 existing, and as you can see, my outlet that was back here that I have relocated the wiring into here for, we're going to add that on there. But I'm going to have to take this, and we're going to move it this way. So I'm going to get rid of this 2x4 right here, and we will attach to this one, this wall stud here, to shift this box over just a touch. I can go ahead and get this one in there. I can migrate all this into that, and then I can add the outlet on the end. After that, then I can come in here and fix my drywall. It's important that I get the drywall fixed right now because I need to get this this cabinet attached properly. My dogs heard me move the cabinet. They're going crazy. Crazy dogs. Anyway, so yeah, this is my priority right now, is fixing this so I can get this cabinet permanently in here. Also need to go ahead and do a little bit of sanding. I decided I'm going to sand on this just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit, and fill the voids. There's not any major stuff, just light sanding, but I need to get that done. We're so close to being done with this section of wall right here. I'm just ready to go ahead and knock it out. So like I said, guys, there's going to be a plumber here for the next few days. He's going to be working on various things throughout the bathroom. So while he's doing that, I'm kind of babysitting. I'm here at the house. So I might as well get some stuff done. You're going to see me jump around to some different projects. So I might be doing some wiring on a light switch, or I might be doing some light fixtures in the ceiling or something like that. I'm just trying to stay out of his way while still being productive. So anyway, sorry for all the back and forth and around and not sticking to one. So for right now, because I have a random hole in my floor here from where the AC duct was, and I've got my new hole cut over there, that's an old register. We got new ones on the way. They're going to be antique brass. So I've got one for this guy, one for that one over there, and there's going to be 2 in the bedroom in there. Anyway, I need to go ahead and get this hole filled so nobody steps in it. So I'm going to trace this out on the joists. You can see there's a joist right there. You can also see there's another one just under the edge there, back there. It's actually right there at the tip of my toe. I could see it between the crack and the floor. So I'm going to mark out where the joist is. Pretty much I can see it right here where the tip of my toe is, and I can see the seam right here on these 2 boards. So I know that's where the joist is also. I'll just draw a straight line from that one down here at the tip of my toe, and then again I'll take a straight edge and draw a line on this joist here straight out to the tip of my toe. I'll probably cut out about 1 foot or so right here, and then I'll go ahead and get a 2x4 and wedge it underneath this direction between the 2 joists to give a little bit of support on this edge here. And I should be able to pull out that piece of wood and put a new one in there. All right, quick little update for you. The plumber has the bathroom toilet drain line there installed. We have a water feed line coming out of the wall here. So far we have our drain hole for the bathtub, and we have our feed right there as well. Come around over here, water feed lines, and all of our copper for the shower. 6 body jets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Handheld sprayer there, shower head there, rain shower. So yeah, coming along. He'll be back in here in just a few minutes. Guys, we have got so much done in the bathroom. I had to go off camera for a minute, and it's really hard to just keep up with what all was done. So I'm gonna do a quick little walkthrough and catch us back up where we're at. Some of these guys, out of respect for them, I didn't want to have them on camera. So here's what we got. Plumbing is all roughed in. So right here is where the drain is going to go for the bathtub. We got our feed line right there for the hot and cold water. Toilet, that's our waste, our drain for the toilet. We got our feed right there behind it. Over here we have where the old toilet drain was. It's now removed. I need to replace the subfloor right there. We have not put the drain in here yet for the shower because we weren't sure if we're going to actually put it here or if we're going to put it over there. It's a linear drain. Here it is. It's a linear drain, and I'm trying to recess the floor so that we have a walk-in shower. I want to go curbless, but depending on, you know, how much depth I actually have, because, you know, your floor pan has to be a certain thickness. If we have to drop the floor joists underneath this floor, if we have to drop them down lower, then I can put that drain over here, you know, right here at the base of the shower head and all that stuff. But if we, if I decide to not drop the joists and just recess this subfloor between the joists, that'll give me 3/4 of an inch. Then I'll put the linear drain right here. So while we're trying to figure that out right now, we just didn't rough that in yet. But anyway, so we have our shower wand right here. We've got 6 jets, water jets coming out the wall right here. We've got our shower head there. Our 24-inch rain shower head will come out there. Over here, we've got our diverters, 1 and 2. So these 2 handles right here will control everything on the wall over here. So pretty much decided that if we put it right here at the entrance of the shower, then we're not standing underneath the water and getting cold. You know, normal bathrooms, you would have your shower head, and right down below it, you'd have your diverter right here, your on-off. When you turn that on, obviously, you got to step out of the way of the shower because that's going to spray on you. Anyway, we like the idea of being able to turn it on over here and have it all spraying and ready to go and nice and comfy over there. Also, I went ahead and had an electrician come over. I was wiring these up myself and then decided I was getting a little bit in over my head. I am not an electrician. You know, I pulled these out, all the old switches, you know, when I bought one of these little tester guys here, and I started probing around, and I know enough to be dangerous. I wired that, the receptacle, and I started to wire the switches, but there was 2 wires that were coming in that I wasn't sure where they went to. One was actually a power wire. The other one was something that's going somewhere else. It's daisy chained off the power from this box. Anyway, picking back up, had that wired. Let's get to moving on. The next step of this process that I am going to be doing on camera here is going to be fixing the drywall right here. We're going to get it taped up and roughed in. I'm not doing finish work. Just like this right here. This doesn't have to be smooth. The reason for that is because thin set will be on that. We are tiling this wall. So tiling that wall. Tiling that wall. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this knocked out. I'm going to get this drywall taken care of here. Going to get this cabinet that you don't see in here right now. We've got it kind of painted and ready to go. Get that mounted on the vanity top up to the ceiling. Yeah, let's go. And here we are, all mudded up and taped up. Doesn't look fantastic. I'm not a drywall finish guy, and like I said, this is going to be a tile wall. It does not matter what it looks like. As long as we don't have a height difference of bigger than, say, 1/8 of an inch, we're good to go. So, here we are, all wrapped up with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this cabinet placed here on the countertop and fastened to the wall. So I got the cabinet in. I had to put a little bit of touch-up paint on it. It's still wet. That's why the color is different. But as it dries, it darkens. There's another touch-up spot I did right here. It's already dried. This was a little bit thicker. But anyway, so I had previously marked out the wall studs on this cabinet a while back, and I actually measured the height and everything with the cabinet on the countertop, and I had marked my wall studs. So I had two places that I had already previously marked to shoot my screws in, the wall for this wall. And then also I had a line. You can see there's a screw right there. And there's one right there. And there's another one up there to hold it against this wall back here. The walls are not square. So that's a known thing. Drywall usually is never square. I wanted to get my seam as tight as possible on this wall. Again, we're going to end up with about a 1/4 inch, actually a little bit bigger, probably almost a 1/2 inch of we'll call it gap filling ability with the tile, doing the tile wall. So it's not a big deal. This side doesn't really have a seam. There's no gap really on this side. Now the left side, this is why I was saying the walls are not square. So the left side, if you look here and you look up, as you get towards the top, let me zoom in here, you can see that is about almost a 1/4 inch gap. It probably is about a 1/4 inch gap at the top. And as you go on down, it gets smaller. It's touching the wall right there. So right here it's touching the wall, which is just a hair under halfway up, and then the walls start pulling away as you climb higher. But yeah, the tile will fill that gap, so I'm not worried about it. Got the cabinet attached, it's in place. Next thing I'm going to tackle here is I'm going to go ahead and get my mounts done for the vanity light, the vanity mirror. It is an illuminated mirror. It's got anti-fog and some other stuff. Again, that's why the outlet is here. So I'm going to get out the mounting hardware and have a look at what we got going on so I can get this. I need to get the mount on where it needs to be before we do our tile work, so we know where the holes will be and our tile guy can work around it. I think it's going to be difficult to find a wall stud with a stud finder after tile is on the wall because the tile is so dense. So anyway, yeah, let's see what we have. So the mirror hangs a little bit differently than I had anticipated. It has this little bracket here. It's only got 4 fasteners that hold it into place. And as you see, it has a little hook there on the back side. So you put this up on the wall and the mirror essentially just hangs down into this groove, kind of like you would hang a flat screen TV on a wall. It comes in this kit with these anchors, the wall anchors, and screws. So what I did was I just climbed up here on this little stepping stool I'm currently climbing on. I took my measurement on the back of the mirror to know how high this needs to be to put the mirror at the top edge of this line. And this line is not level, by the way. This one is. This line here is level. This one is not. So when you hold it back and look at it, you can see that the gap over here is a little tighter than the gap over here is between here and here. Don't pay attention to that. So this black line right here that's split in half is level. So what I did was I measured the back side of the mirror to see how low I needed to mount this to get the exact height I needed to be at. And then I came over here, I measured that down off the wall, and then I put some dots. You see a dot right there. There's a dot right there. There's another one right here. See a little mark on the wall there. And then I took my level and I put it from that one there over here to this one. And then when I did that, I just got it as level as possible right there. So we'll be within about, I don't know, probably an 1/8 inch of my height of where I want to be at. So then I took this, after I drew a line across of what is level, then I took this and put it up to that point right there. And then I decided, because it came with wall anchors, I'm not going to utilize the wall stud right here. I could, just for safety measures, I could shoot a wood screw in there or something and grab that wall stud, but I think I'm just going to miss it a hair. I went with this right here. I spaced it out so I would miss the wall studs. And I also took the center measurement, which is 18 inches. It's a 36-inch wide mirror. So the center measurement go from right here to right there where you see that little tick mark. That is 18 inches. So at the 18-inch mark is the center. So I wanted to put this bracket center on that. So I also measured this, and I believe it was 21 inches and a quarter or something like that. So I divided it by 2, came up with a number, and then I marked my bracket as well. So when I put it down below that tick mark, I end up finding where I need to place my holes, and there's my holes. So now I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole in the wall here and get these anchors put in and get this bracket on here. So we got the mirror hung, got power going to it. I just plugged it in that outlet over there just for the time being, just to test it out. I didn't feel like fighting with it to get behind. Pretty cool though. Fisheye here, press this button here. Color changes to a warmer color. And this one's a little bit of a cooler color, off. And here's the coolest, nicest color, I guess. I'll leave it there with that one. Anyway, this is just hung right now just so I can get the bracket on there. I'm going to take it back off the wall so it's not in the way and getting damaged and all that. So, but anyway, looks good. I forgot to mention I also moved the floor register for the AC away from the shower. We don't want that blowing in here, so we took that, sealed that hole up. I dropped it down, got a extension piece of the insulated tubing, ran it over to here, cut the hole, traced it out, put that in there, and went ahead and attached it all in the basement and put our old register back in there for now. Until we're done with everything, I'm not putting new stuff in, but I do have new pretty registers that are going to go great with the interior in here. So, yeah. Boy, have I got a mess. Yeah, we jumped around majorly. Huge skip. I went from tinkering with an outlet with an electrician who was here, moving stuff around, and yeah, I got lazy. I didn't want to set up a camera, but so here we are. This hole right here was too large. I went ahead and I replaced some drywall, as you see on the right-hand side there, and I moved the hole over so it would be centered over the toilet right here. That's the toilet drain. So that's been centered there. It's drying currently. I came in here, I went ahead and I marked out my holes in the ceiling on the drywall. And I went ahead and cut the drywall in the ceiling and started dropping it. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of insulation here. I did shovel all the insulation from the attic over, but I didn't get from that joist, that ceiling joist over. So yeah, there's a lot of insulation there. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm hoping it kind of stays there. I got my first board right here. The plan here is I'm going to go ahead and mark out, well, obviously the leading edge right there has a joist that I can attach to from the underside, shoot my screws up into. But I'm going to take a chalk line, and I'm going to snap a chalk line on 16-inch centers, which are these ceiling joists here. That way I have a line to follow. And I'm going to go ahead and screw. I'm going to go ahead and screw probably 6 or 7 screws halfway into the board. That way when I lift it up to the ceiling, I can go ahead and the screw's already started. Just put the drill up to it and hit a couple screws, and then I can let it go. So yeah, anyway, it's getting really hot in here because the attic is venting into my house at this moment. So I need to get running with it. Let's do it. Why is it when you're doing something so insignificant that you feel like you're absolutely destroying your house? Yeah, that's my attic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. So, Here we are. You see all my stuff here. I need to put something that this corner can screw to. So as you can see here, I added a brace across there. It's just a 2x4 between the ceiling joists to make sure that the corners of those boards weren't unsupported. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing across here. Stick one in right across there. I'm going to stick one in across there as well. And then I can go ahead and get these, this little corner piece cut. That's going to be a tricky piece to cut, but yeah, we got to get a piece cut to fit in there. So anyway. So here we are with our cement board fully installed on the ceiling. Got it all fastened in like it should be. There's supposed to be 1/4-inch gaps between the panels to make sure that there's room for expansion and contraction. So there's some gaps in there. I've already got my lights marked out. See the circle there? Another circle right there, back there, and up here. So it's a late night. I'm going to bed. But tomorrow, which will be the next segment of this, we're going to go ahead and get these lights put in. That way I've got light to do what I need to do so we can keep moving forward. So I'm not sure if this is what I'm supposed to do, but it's what I'm going to do. So I've got 4 pigtails here that are going to go to all 4 of the lights in the ceiling back there. I've taken all the grounds and connected them, all the hot lead wires and connected them, and all the neutral wires and connected them. Left a pigtail on each one of them. So what I'm going to do is take this little pigtail up in the attic, and I'm going to tie it into the pre-existing light. That was where that blue tube is coming through the ceiling there. There's a light up there with some capped wires. I'm going to tie these 3 wires into that, and I'm going to drop every one of these pigtails down through each one of those holes in the ceiling up there. That way I can go ahead and get these lights wired. The 4 LED lights combined is less wattage than the light was pre-existing, so we should be good on power on the wire load. All right, so here we are with the lights mounted in the ceiling, and let me tell you, they are super bright. These lights look really good. This is as far as I'm going to go with the cement board. I only wanted the cement board in so that I can get the lights put in before tomorrow. Tomorrow I have an electrician coming over to help me out. We're going to add a few switches, move this one here, add some switches here, switch some things around here, do some wiring for this guy up here, and then a couple other things. So anyway, I got all cleaned up, ready to go for the electrician. This stuff is temporarily mounted here. The cabinet is set in place. So yeah, here we are, coming along pretty good. The missus went ahead and started tackling painting a wall black, since we are doing black everything, and just to see how she liked it, and we think it looks pretty good. So yeah, just one wall so far. Yeah. This is going to wrap up this episode. I've got enough footage here, so we're just going to start another one. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. If you like the content, be sure to smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of future content being released. You're watching DIY Dozier. As always, share the knowledge, share the passion, share the skill, do it yourself.